What manner of man are you that can summon up fire without flint or tinder?
I am an enchanter.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Greetings, Tim the Enchanter.
Greetings, King Arthur.
What's up, guys? It's Jazzy Keys here, bringing you another pseudo-character build. And by pseudo-character, I mean I'm going to be giving you a functional armor and weapon build, along with a layered set to cover it up, and a little bit of a thematic playstyle to go along with the whole bundle. In this case, I'm going to teach you how to make and play as Tim, the Bombard Enchanter. This setup is going to be perfect for the kind of hunter who's tired of just going full-on efficient meta with their hunts, and instead wants to throw a little bit of joviality and comedy into the whole hunt. It's for the kind of player who wants to play as the chaotic neutral, and wants to go full-on Unga Bunga Leroy Jenkins on them monster asses. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is Tim, the Bombard Enchanter. Alright, so if the story of the Bombards intrigued you, and you're looking to roll with the core, then the first thing you're going to have to know is what your uniform will be. So for your layered set, let's start off with the head. For your headpiece, you're going to be using the Makluva hood. You'll be outfitted with the perfect hood and mask pair to help conceal your identity, because we all know that in the heat of battle, because of your Bombard training, you're going to be doing some reckless things that might possibly get other hunters pissed at you. And in that case, the anonymity that the hood and mask provides is going to be essential. For your chest piece, you're going to go with something simple and utilitarian. We use the leather chest piece here because it's got enough suppleness to provide full mobility, and it won't weigh you down like your standard armor. We're also banking on the fact that getting hit is going to cause enough pain that we'll be able to activate our fighting spirit and gain extra strength. Next, we've got the arm pieces, which we will be using the Kezu Vambraces for. They provide just enough protection around the joints in order to make sure that even after you've taken a beating in battle, you'll be able to continue to play your loot, and you'll have enough manual dexterity to still make your explosives to be able to carry on. Then finally, for the midsection, you'll be using the Moshgar Folia, and the legs you'll be using the Adele Roots. The two of these pair quite well together and are quite loose-fitting and light. They won't weigh you down, and they will give you enough leg mobility to allow you to escape most situations in battle and allow you to rock yourself easily over the monster to bombard them. So they also look pretty cool. They've got a nice little feathery Hakama type look to them. The perfect thing for a bard. So there you go, that's your Bombard uniform. The next thing you gotta know is what equipment you will be using, because that is going to serve our hunting style in a pretty essential way. Alright, so for your weapon, you're going to be wielding Teostra's, which is going to give you a pretty nice 200 base raw, 42 blast status, and 0% affinity. The songs on this hunting horn are going to be Health Regeneration, Health Recovery Small plus Antidote, and Attack and Defense Up. For your Rampage skill, you're going to use Teostra's Soul, which increases the blast damage that you deal by 20%. And then for switch skills, I'm using Overhead Smash, Performance Mode, and Beat of Resonance. For your headpiece, you're going to use the Valstrax Helm, which gives you 1 level of Dragon Heart, 1 level of Weakness Exploit, plus 1 level 2 slot and 1 level 1 slot. As you can see, I use the level 2 slot for a Blast Jewel, and I use the level 1 slot for a Brace Jewel. For the chest piece, I am using the Valstrax Mail, which gives you another level of Dragonheart, plus 2 levels of Resuscitate, a level 3 slot, which I'm using for Hellfire Cloak, and a level 1 slot, which I'm using for a Drain Jewel. For your arm pieces, you're going to use the Kaiser Vambraces, which are going to give you a level of Teostra Blessing, a level of Crit Eye, a level of Crit Boost, and a level 2 slot, which I am using for a Blast Jewel to get another level of Blast Attack. For your waist, you're going to use the Kaiser Coil, which is going to give you a second level of Teostra Blessing, plus a second level of Crit Eye. It's also going to give you a level 3 slot, which I'm using for a Hellfire Cloak Jewel. And then for your legs, you're going to use the Jelly Boots, which are going to give you another level of Blast Attack, plus a level 3 slot, which I am using for a Hellfire Cloak, and a level 1 slot, which I am using for Bombardier. Finally, the component of this build that might be difficult for many people to reproduce is the God level Talisman that I was blessed with, which gives 3 Counter Strike, 2 Weakness Exploit, and 2 level 1 slots, which I am using for Bombardier. Altogether, your skill set should look something like this. But the skills that we actually care about for this build, the ones that are actually relevant to its unique playstyle, are going to be the Blast Attack, the Bombardier, the Counter Strike, the Hellfire Cloak, Resuscitate, Teostra's Blessing, and Dragonheart. For role-playing as the Bombard, one of our main goals is going to be to enhance our blast status as much as possible. Along these lines, our level 3 blast attack is going to increase our blast buildup by 20%, and on top of that, Teostra's Blessing is going to add another 10% blast buildup. This is going to get us up to 30% blast buildup, which means we're going to get that blast status a lot more frequently than we normally would. On top of that, blast attack is also giving us plus 5 blast damage, and our Teostra's Soul equipped to our weapon is going to add another 20% blast damage. Another important characteristic of this build is your role as a Reckless Bombardier. And to this end, you'll be using 3 levels of the Bombardier skill, which will give you plus 30% to the power of your explosives, and 3 levels of the Counter-Strike skill, which will give you plus 25 attack power when you are hit by an attack that knocks you down. This includes your own attacks, which is relevant to this build. With this setup, a fun little technique you can use is you can use your wire bug to rocket yourself over the monster and then throw down a mega barrel bomb, which will deal up to 195 damage and activate your counter strike, meaning that once you land, and should you choose to land with an attack, you will have the equivalent of a almost level 7 attack boost, which in my opinion is a not half bad way to start a fight. And then finally, you have the synergistic combination of level 3 Hellfire Cloak, level 2 Resuscitate, and level 2 Dragonheart. Hellfire Cloak and Dragon Blight both inflict you with different status ailments under different conditions. When the monster is enraged in the case of Hellfire Cloak, and when you drop below 50% health in the case of Dragonheart. And Resuscitate increases your attack power when you have a negative status affliction. Furthermore, the explosive nature of Hellfire Cloak fits thematically into this build, and the extra tankiness that Dragonheart gives you is very useful for a healing bard type build. It's unfortunate that when Dragonheart gets activated, you lose your blast status. However, the fact that you have healing songs allows you to raise yourself back above that 50% mark fairly easily. Overall, I have to say that this is probably, in my opinion, the most fun build I've made. It really has a unique feel to it. I like that it incentivizes such a reckless playstyle, and I like that it allows you to be both supportive and be a little bit of a troll when you're playing online. So I really hope to see more Bombards out there when I go online. Not that I'm very hopeful that this is going to be the case, but if you do see this and you play, maybe we will run into each other. So enjoy the rest of the hunt while you listen to some jams. This is Jazzy Keys. Peace and out.